In this video, we are building a Pica Press. This one is for a customer who has ordered one, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to put all these things together. Right here, we have the carriage, and as you can see, I've already got the large bearing seated in. I have updated the file, so you no longer have to sand the hole. You can just hammer it in, and it'll be strong enough that it won't come out. On the side here, you can see I have the smaller bearings. In this case, I have a nut on the inside. You can do that optionally. I've started to not do that, but you only really need a nut on the outside. And you can see here we have everything printed off. Here's the entire kit. We have the lino adapter, the bed, the roller, everything. We're going to start with the roller rod. This is very easy to put together. What we're going to do is we're going to grab some super glue. And now in this installation, I was using dollar store super glue, so it takes a long time to set. It'll actually take less time to build this press than it does for the glue to set. I would recommend something like the Gorilla Glue 10-second drying super glue. It's very quick. But we're going to put some super glue right here, just in the hole, in the female side of the alignment peg. And take the male side and just put it together. Now what we can do once that's together is we can actually seat this inside of the roller. So if you seat it inside of the roller here, what's going to happen is it's going to hold it in place while the super glue dries. If you're using cheaper super glue, this is really handy. You don't need to necessarily do this, but it's just a good way to handle all this. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to put the bed together. You can see here we have the alignment pins again, and we're just going to throw a little bit of super glue in each of the holes for the alignment pins. And then what I like to do as well is throw a little in the middle here and just kind of comb it out, make sure it's nice and thin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the male side and just slot it on top. Now, because this is dollar store super glue, we're going to hold that for a second, just so that we got at least a little bit of a capture. Now it's going to take about 5 minutes to dry, but we're going to just get it aligned and put it together. Now we're here with the carriage. The carriage is extremely easy. Once again, we have the same pin system. Now these are not as captive, so what we want to be doing is using a little more super glue, and you'll see that here in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our roller, we're going to place it in to one side of the carriage, and then we're going to put some super glue in each of the holes, and a little bit on the middle and a little on each side, because we want this to be very flush, and the precision here is a little more important. Okay, and now we've got that slotted in, and we're going to hold this for a minute. Once again, we really want to hold this one because we want this one to have a very tight bond. This is the part that's going to be moving the most and has the most force on it. So we're just going to do that. If you're using dollar store super glue, what I like to do is actually put some weight on top of that. Now that we have everything dried up, we're here putting on the end stops. The end stops are optional. I like to put the end stops on one side. The customer agreed with me. And this is so that you can take the carriage off and clean out the roller. Otherwise, the roller is very difficult to take on and off in case you get any ink on it. And what we're doing is we're just putting a little bit of super glue on either side, mostly in kind of the end of the rail, and then a little bit just along the side. And we're just going to press the end stops into place, and we're going to line them up just by hand. And you can just use the edges of the Pica Press to line that up. And just give it a second to capture and to hold. And then we can do the second one now. And you see it only takes a second for it to kind of capture enough to start drying. And if you just leave that long enough, that will hold it absolutely fine for drying. Okay, so there we go. We basically have completed the Pica Press. And now that everything's pretty much dried and ready to go, what we can do is we can put the carriage on, test to make sure the bearings are rolling nice and smoothly. And I'm just centering the roller here. I do like to have it nice and centered. And now we can go ahead and put in the lino adapter. Now in this case, the file has been updated so that there is lines on there to help with registration. So there's a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch grid that is on each piece. Now you can glue these pieces together if you wish. They do have the alignment pins. However, I like to have them separate so you can take them out a little bit easier. And we're just going to slide them in and slide them together. And now we have this press ready to print unmounted lino. And with the unmounted lino, it is now type height. You can use this with photopolymer as well if you're doing letterpress. And you would just use a little bit of packing underneath the lino adapter, and that should be enough. Should be about 1 piece of paper, maybe 2 pieces of paper, and that's it. Now we've completed the Pica Press. You can see how easy and quick that was. It's designed to snap together extremely easily. And that's going to be it for this video. So until next time, happy printing.